Alright, welcome back guys. Game 2 here between Clutch and Mineski for the Captain's Draft 4.0 tournament for Southeast Asia. Oh, game number 1 was interesting. Learning experience for everyone. Hopefully everything should be ironed out for this one, but I just went back through a couple of the patch logs and there was something that I missed. Brax, Desolate reduces vision on targets that you hit with it. Hello, Spectre?
Hey, good God, how did we miss that one?
10 seconds.
Well, that one just came out of nowhere for me. I just, Control F Spectre, thinking, there can't be anything huge, but that was an interesting find. New draft, new pool of heroes here, though. Broodmother is in there, expecting to see her get banned out. But there's also heroes like Undying, who we saw get played at Hamburg, and have also had a couple of interesting changes. If I can just quickly look up, Undying's tombstone duration rescaled from 15, 20, 25, 30 to 30 flat, but you get the AoE 1200 at every level, so it's no longer the crappy AoE until 600 scaling to 1200, it's 1200 flat. Spawn rate rescaled from 3 to 4.5 down to 3 over the 4 levels, so the zombies are a little bit slower. But, yeah, overall there's just a couple of nice little changes there to Undying, a couple of little mana cost changes. But, you look at his talents. Tombstone on death at level 15. So you can have double Tombstone. Right? Level 20 plus 30 Tombstone zombie damage, or plus 3 Tombstone attacks.
It's funny that when you look at these changes, you go, wow, Tombstone is no longer a useless spell at level 1. Maybe this hero is pretty good now.
Yeah, exactly. But level 25 talent gains reincarnation 200 cooldown. Your Undying has reincarnation at level 25.
Jesus. It's really cool how the talents have taken such a twist. Right now they give actual abilities sometimes, it feels like, with the reincarnation change. It feels like this is what they were meant for, and what we had before with your crappy 10 move speeds and 5 strengths are kind of just placeholders.
Now they've given some good thought into this. It's likely they had these ideas before, but it was always difficult to kind of slot them in with, balance in mind. Or else you just get these ridiculously overpowered or underpowered extra abilities, but we're all guinea pigs. Mineski and Clutch Gamers are also guinea pigs right now. We'll go through the testing phase and we'll find out after Dota Pit as well.
These guys are currently shaping the meta. Every team has their eyes on them to watch them play this new patch.
Every pub game fiend trying to find that one overpowered hero that maybe Mushi plays. We'll see though. Mineski start with Silencer. This does leave Clutch Broodmother available for first pick, but there's Sand King, there's Legion, there's Underlord, there are a number of ways of dealing with the Brood, it feels like. So maybe not first pick worthy.
We've seen a lot more Broodmothers in the mid lane now, at least in North America, the Matumba Man style Brood. And it feels like one of these heroes that even when he's counterpicked, when he's leaning against a bristleback or something, his farm still just is insane. Alright, Viper again. Is this going to be a Broodmother? Or maybe they'll go back for the Tusk, like last game?
Yeah. I feel like this pool has a much more varied assortment of support heroes than the previous one.
Yes, completely. Last game there were 4 support heroes, it felt like.
So with this limited pool, are there any core heroes that you'd like to snag for yourself, immediately?
It's funny because when you look at a lot of these core heroes, they're not ones you want to pick up right away, right? You have the Slark, Broodmother, Phantom Assassin, Templar Assassin. These are heroes you want later on in the draft to make sure it's a good game for them, so I'm really unsure. Alright, Brewmaster. Maybe that's one of them.
Okay. I mean, if we look at the other side, what instant disables do we have left in the pool? Clutch have Burrow Strike. That's their first form of initiation. There's Duel, and there's potentially Enigma Black Hole. Outside of that, it doesn't really feel like the pool has a lot of hard lockdown again, like game 1. Stuns are going to be pretty limited to catch this Brewmaster. So would expect Ice to have a reasonably good game on this. But yeah, Broodmother's still out there.
There's also the global silence factor, right? If they did, it kind of pushes away a lot of these other heroes. Think Leshrac, Zeus, even to some extent heroes like Legion Commander don't really enjoy playing against global silence because it's they need follow-up, right? When he blinks into duels, if there's no damage left, and now there's a Tusk in the game too, so it looks like a horrible Legion Commander game. So I don't think we'll see that, but it's like these heroes don't play very well around the global at all. And it's something that also enables Brewmaster to get his ultimate off in pretty much any situation.
So Brew didn't have too many changes. The big one, I guess, is level 25. Oh yeah, they moved the Primal Split health down to level 20, plus 1500 HP. And they've added a minus 65 second Primal Split cooldown at 25.
Wow, okay.
Maybe we see Aghanims come back. You know, Aghanims has been such a dead item on Brew because it just like takes too long, you have such a short window to use it. But now with all of these buffs to the actual, you know, ulti of Brew, potentially we see it swing back into action. But nice. Undying, Leshrac, I'm into this. I love this.
Disgusting green heroes. You know, it's funny, all the green heroes are these dudes like Pugna, Venomancer, Viper, all these guys that you just don't want to mess with. And then when you pair it up with a hero like Leshrac, all of a sudden you've got a very strong 5-man team that's capable of taking down these objectives really early on into the game. We suit each other very nicely, and Phantom Assassin, okay.
Okay, PA. Plenty of physical damage against Lesh and Viper, who do struggle a fair amount against it, but Mineski have nothing to kill Tombstone right now. Their initiation seems pretty decent with the silencer to give that kind of umbrella safety to Brew and PA if they do initiate.
Yeah.
Clutch again, I don't know if this is just me looking at it kind of naively, but it feels like they've gone heavy laning phase domination. They want to try and gain an advantage early, whereas Mineski have gone again for kind of draft that they can, you know, find their peaks and troughs, find when they're strong, and strike when the moment's right.
It looks like Clutch kind of have the same style of draft as last game, right? Where they have this, like, early game aggression kind of snowball-y draft where they want to try to take over the lane phase and then transition it into some early towers and close out the game that way. But it's team fighting into Silencer is very hard. But alright, Visage comes out, okay. We've seen this be played in multiple positions, pretty much every position.
This feels like a core Visage though.
Oh yeah, definitely core Visage, but is PA gonna be mid against Viper? Is that how this works? I really don't know.
With the reduction of what, one melee creep removed, kind of to go back to the old days, it feels like we're going to see less of the 2v2 or 3v3s mid just because of the, you know, less experience in the lane.
Yeah.
But in this case, would you maybe think about like PA Silencer mid to duo up against the Viper and, you know, Undying or Sand King, whoever is that kind of roaming support?
You know, that's what I was thinking, because I don't think Visage is that good in the mid lane against Viper. Maybe he's totally fine, and actually, I guess he'll be okay, since he's going to get his level 6 pretty early, and then there's tons of kill pressure with the Tusk, so I don't know. But if they did want to mix it up, they could. They have the option.
I guess with the new Nether Toxin, Viper probably doesn't, you know, completely destroy Visage in last hits, right? It's not going to be as one-sided with the CS against the Visage, so it's so difficult to think about what the new Nether Toxin does in lane when we've not seen pro players really test it and try it out. Whether they'll go for more in the poison attack or if they want to use that active more often, well, we'll see though exactly what Clutch have in mind here as their final pick comes out, and it's going to be a Slark.
Okay.
Control F, Slark. Fixed a bug with Pounce where you could sometimes force yourself out if you were not moving on your Pounce. Oh yeah, that's whatever. But Hex cannot be dispelled anymore.
Oh wow, okay.
So I'm pretty sure that means Dark Pact can't get rid of Hex. I've not seen it tested, but that's what the implication was from what I've seen a couple of people talking about it.
That's what it sounds like. If that is the case, I guess Visage could perhaps go for a late game Hex.
Yeah, it would be pretty nice. I mean, Moon could think about one as well. It's going to be Ice, Ice, Ice on the Visage, so offlane Visage coming. Well, I think we've seen it maybe once or twice. I think we definitely saw it once at PGL from Mineski, and it worked out reasonably well. This hero just, you know, tanks a couple of ganks from the two supports in the safe lane, gets level 6, and then all of a sudden just starts dominating every side of the map that he possibly can.
It's like, it's so annoying to just sit there with 3 heroes constantly while this guy sits in Sap's experience, and then when he hits that level 6 spike, he just becomes so powerful. It's an interesting way that Mineski have. I guess revolutionize the hero, because nobody else was doing this before, playing it in the offlane position like that.
Super, super obnoxious. It kind of feels like the old Phoenix or the old Brew or Beastmaster offlanes, where you need 3 heroes to kill them, and even then, they're still going to get their level 6, they're still going to go and, win a team fight for their team, make action happen somewhere on the map. But, Ice 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 starts with 10 tangos.
Nice, he's prepared. He's prepared to receive the beatdown in the lane.
I mean, he's the one that pooled, I guess, right? He must be the one that pooled Moon. And Ninja Boogie's pulled a couple as well across to, is that one across to Jabs? There's tangos everywhere. There's freaking tangos everywhere.
Tangos everywhere, indeed.
Wait, you start with 5 tangos?
Yeah.
So yeah, never mind. Ice Ice didn't pool. He just bought 2 sets, J.O. Oh dearie me. Jabs has found him. Aggressive move by Mineski will find them. A nice little kill there. 4-man decay from Fly Solo. 16 strength up on the Undying. Nice.
Well, this guy just turned into the strongest hero on the map instantly.
Ice, Ice, Ice. Absolute troll. Too bad the Undying's unlikely to use any of this additional strength. Okay, Bok against the Visage. Getting the right clicks in. Mushi has arrived though, and the Viper has to retreat. The Grief Chill. Thrown in onto the Viper. He has that initial TP. But it looks like should be okay just to wander away from this. Bounty Rune. What did we get? 2 and 2? Nice. 2 for 2.
So interesting to see the level 1 engagements with this free TP scroll on every hero.
So what does Visage get? Any changes?
His talents look different.
His XP got moved to 15, because it used to be at 10.
Yep.
So that's no longer ridiculous with the Hand of Midas. 30 damage seems good. Movement speed seems pretty good. In fact, Ice Ice Ice, nice, salves through the damage, keeps himself alive bottom lane. There are so many things to look at, but I'm going to focus on kills, because Bok tries the TP away. There's too much damage though from Mineski. That's never going to work out as they get themselves another kill. Bottom lane, Ice 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 does fall. Finally, Boombacks gets that Boros Strike initiation he's been waiting for so long. Alright, how are these lanes all working out in general, Brax? What's happening?
Alright, so we got a mid Slark against Brewmaster, the classic throwback from many... Actually, this is ridiculous. Why is he mid?
What's happening?
And we've got the old offlane Viper. What? I don't know. This game looks like a disaster. It's just so weird. They both have mid items too on the Stark and the Viper. Viper has a Wraith Band with tangos, and then Stark has the same exact thing. Maybe they weren't sure where they were gonna go, and they figured this was the best lane setup. I really don't know.
I guess so. They're being chased out of their jungle now. Mineski have been found by the Undying, so that's a nice little move there by Clutch. But it's so far away from the creep wave. All they're going to get is this Bounty Rune, I guess, Viper. That's what this entire move was for, but at the same time, Jabs goes and steals the Radiant one from the western side. He's going to get slowed down here a lot, though. Arcane Curse comes through onto the Radiant Heroes. Shards won't trap them away, but with Brewmaster ready to try and zone out the Slark, he'll succeed at doing so, and Fly Solo now in between 3 dire heroes. He's got another big decay to come, and it will land, but Jabs snowballs through, finally falls. A 1-for-1 trade is what they'll get, but Viper being collapsed on now. There's a good little pushback from Ninja Boogie. Just forces the last word onto Viper, who is, well, Brax, Viper is still level 1.
Ah, yes, the old offlane Viper struggling to get experience. Who would have seen that coming? But, you know, he's gonna get some nice experience here. I don't know, does he max the Nether Toxin now and just spam it to farm waves or something? What does he do from this position? I really don't know.
Stack jungle for Viper? Is that a new thing now?
Maybe. I guess it's kind of cool that he has a way to wave clear now.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's also going to be great against the PA, right?
Oh, that's... Oh my god, I forgot. Disables the passive, you're right.
Their passives do not work. Huh.
And the Visage, speaking of Visage, down bottom, he might die?
It looks like he's dead for sure. Great start to the fight again. Boombacks with his Sand King. May not have too many levels, but he's killed Visage off a couple of times at least. Mid Slark. What are we doing? 18-2 against 12-2. So Armel he's winning this lane by all means. He's winning this lane against Moon. And now with a snowball forward, good leap, pouncing up onto the high ground. Snowball will not connect, and Mineski miss out on a little engagement there. Seems like a scrappy game.
It's very scrappy indeed, and Gareth, it feels like there are no real lane setups, right? People just go wherever. Everyone's running around to pick up these bounty runes, gank whatever they can, pick up runes. Supports are in lane for like 30 seconds out of the minute anyways, and then they just do whatever. Like this offlane Viper has gotten some experience. They have helped them quite a bit with the Undying and everything, but it's just so odd. You have these heroes Slark mid, like this is not what you expect at all, but I guess it is working out.
He gets the double bounty rune. This feels overpowered. I'm so used to the map being, kind of mirrored, right? It's equal on both sides, but these two bounty runes are so close together. Oh, here's the tombstone. And there goes the tombstone. You can have increased range all you want, but if it dies immediately and a TP cancelled, Bok falls. CG felt like they could do something. They do get a kill though on bottom lane. Ice does die near his tier 1. Jo and Boombacks do output a lot of damage, but I don't know. Clutch gamers just feel like they're falling behind across these core heroes. Is Ice gonna die again?
He's looking mighty dead.
Oh, maybe one more hit. Oh yeah, no! Gravekeeper's cloak. It came back up. He got the bonus.
He took 0 damage.
No way. No freaking way. Ice. Visage player extraordinaire survives. He's only got 5 last hits. He's only level 3.5, but he's surviving. He's a liver.
Up and it's I can't get over this with the shrine placement. They just look so random. It looks like I don't know. It's just different. I guess that's the word, right?
Yeah, it's very unique. Contest on this bounty rune by Fly Solo and Boombacks. They're looking for someone. They get an observer ward down that spots jabs. But I think they want to kill Ice again just to delay that level 6 even further. Oh, Moon thinking about going onto Slark mid. Armel is very low and doesn't have his level 6 yet, while Brew has the ultimate ready to go and an Invis rune bottled. Could make a shift up towards top, but they're going to TP Silence at bottom lane. There's the tombstone in onto Ice, trying to focus it down. And they will bring it down as well with a good split earth there onto Sansa, but snowballed in to save him up. Now back in onto the Sand King as well. Ninja Boogie doesn't die and Moon is surviving through it all as well. Fly Solo has to retreat away, but another Grave Chill in a second here from Ice should slow the Undying enough to allow the rest of the team to approach and get a clap or a slow or a stun or just an Ice Shard from Jams will be enough to block the ramp and keep Fly Solo trapped in for the damage to come through from the rest of Mineski. And this has been an absolute disaster of an engagement bottom lane for CG as they'll lose 3 heroes in quick succession.
Alright, it's a total bloodbath and I don't know. I'm still confused.
Oh god, okay. I had the fight recap open. I missed Mushi's first kill, I apologize. He does get taken down by Boombacks, but he killed Bok to begin with. Armel even moves up towards top. Very poor on the Slark, it feels like. Well, Leshrak's been having a glorious time bottom lane. That one death probably does hurt a fair amount, especially when they've not done too much damage this tier 1. It's on half HP, but they'd love to have killed it by now.
Yep, definitely. There's a whole bunch of kills in this game, but that is very important, right? Leshrak hasn't been able to take that tier 1 tower in front of him. He wants to take that and then rotate around the map and continue the train. Up top, Mushi just TP'd into danger here, but I mean, he's kinda... I'm just kidding. He's dead.
Oh, he's gonna leap across the fly solo. Zombie gets onto him. He's got another decay ready. Mushi, 1 decay and death? I think so. Are they trying to get the kill across the boombacks here, maybe? Fly solo says, nah, mate, it's mine. I'm gonna take it. Bottom lane, they're getting ready for Jo, though. They're trying to mirror this movement that Clutch have set up for a kill on PA top. They secured that, but Jo looks like he's gonna get trapped in the shards here. Even with all this damage, they'll snowball away from the majority of it as Jab survives. And they get themselves involved. And yet another kill on the Lesh. Now Ice closing into that level 6. Should be able to secure it from this wave and maybe a bounty rune over towards his shop. How are we looking level-wise? We've got a couple of level 7s. The support's still lurking around level 6, but this is more important, it feels like, for the Silencer than it is for anyone on the Radiant team.
Hey Gareth, I have a super important question.
Yeah, what is it?
Do creeps gain glyph as well?
Oh yeah, they do.
Because they okay, and they keep shining.
Yeah, creeps get glyph now. Good, huh? Mid lane. Start things off onto Jabs. He can maybe snowball. No, he maybe can't. Jo's there with the perfect split earth on top of the Burrow Strike. Mushi throws a dagger for good measure just to slow their retreat a little bit here, but no more TPs coming from Mineski. As Moon, still holding on to that first usage of the Primal Split, hasn't really found an opening where he's desperately needed it.
Yep, I'm quite curious to see how this Brewmaster transitions in the game. Maybe he'll go for the old school, like Blink Hand of Midas build, especially since he's being played in the mid lane, so he can get to that 20 and 25 talents, and then go for the Aghanim Scepter build that you were talking about. It looks good. I mean, the stats on those pandas, once they have the bonus health and the cooldown reduction on the ult, looks pretty strong. But, I don't know. I mean, it just looks like Clutch haven't done enough with their early game yet. There have been no tier 1 towers taken with this Leshrac, Viper, Undying trio, right? You think, wow, these guys are gonna group up together pretty early on into the game and then just run down lanes.
Yeah,
it's just not there yet.
I haven't really been able to do any of that. Diving towers has been so difficult against this, Jab's Tusk, the TPs from Mineski. Every single time they go for a play, it's countered. And now Ice has his familiars up. Medallion ready, Midas coming through shortly as well. As Fly Solo scouted, offset from the rest of his team. This could be an immediate blow up here as the Tombstone is dropped, but Undying already dead. Now they look back towards Jo with the 2 familiar stuns, donking down onto the Leshrac. Shards are there as well, but the Tombstone offers enough of a safety blanket here for CG that they'll clear up the Silencer and lightly shove Mineski out of this area. But no, Moon wants in, they kill the Tombstone, snowball forward, in onto Leshrac. Here comes the Primal Split as well. They've got a Tornado to throw onto the Viper of the Sand Kick if they want to. Leshrac being blown up. In comes the stun from this Earth Panda, and they just keep Jo locked down in perpetuity. Armel can't really stick on a target either, and he's being stunned by Familiars. The Global arrives, and down goes Slark. Ninja Boogie, perfect timing with that ulti. Bot pops the stick, but Viper trapped in the shards with the trees there as well. They get the birds onto Fly Solo. They're just zoning this fight so damn well. Clutch do not have any recourse here, and the dive isn't going to end. Boombacks trapped in the trees. Epicenter with Blink at the ready. Maybe they look for a turn here to try and continue the fight, but Undying has died further to the west. Birds scout them in the trees. Now with the first stun coming through, they can land a second as well. He cancels the Epicenter and stops the blink. Ice is an absolutely monstrous godlike player, but it's Jo who comes out on top in this fight. Pulse Nova does the work. They get the kills on the PA and the Brewmaster, and in the end, it's Clutch who defend the dive and defend their tier 1 as Mineski got a little bit over aggressive there, pushing the fight maybe a couple of kills too far.
Yep, that tower dive was so costly for them, and now they're going to find this random shrine in the woods, heal right back up, probably defend the bottom lane again. But we saw the Global Silence come into play there. They just had no answer to the Global, and they all just kind of just fell over and died. But now, this is like a big window, right? Global Silence was used, and they didn't convincingly win the team fight. Now they have the option to run down these lanes. Sand King has a Blink Dagger, they can catch anyone, they can smoke up and start knocking down some of these tier 1 towers. These next, I guess, Global's up in 45 seconds, but it still is a window, right? They can make something happen, force a team fight, try to get Mineski to fight them, and hopefully win it, to try to get some sort of a hold on the game. It's not like they're losing this game by any means, it's just they probably expect it to have a bit more at this moment.
Yeah, especially looking at this Viper again. very low on the net worth. I guess it was an offlane Viper, you know, technically. Bok is moving into a Blade Mail at this point, but there's the Brewmaster's Blink. Now you've got Blink on Blink, Sand King versus Brew. Smoke in from CG here though, and they're going to start looking for what you were just, just describing so perfectly, is that movement together, group up as 5, try and backstab a tower, look for a kill, pick someone, maybe force a team fight around a tower somewhere. They scan
could be so bad though. Global's up. Brewmaster has that Blink Dagger too.
You're right.
This could be disastrous if they don't find the right target.
If Mineski feels it's coming, or if Ice survives for long enough, he scouts them with the familiar bird there. He'll get a couple of stuns to come through. Oh, maybe not. Are they on cooldown, perhaps? He didn't get the micro, or they're on CD, and he does fall. Tombstone under this tier 1. Looks like it will secure them an objective, as Mineski, they don't react, and they do not TP top to try and battle. But the zombies have vision here on the familiars. They'll stun up one of them and kill it off as well. Ice does manage to micro the other one away as the glyph creeps, causing a few problems here for the Dire team as they're pushing the bottom tier 1. But they'll get the trade, Mineski, and honestly, that's as good as they could ask for.
Yeah, not bad at all. They were able to, you know, even though Clutch make the first play and they get that pick into the tower, Mineski, they don't overreact, they don't chain their TPs to go defend the dead hero. You know, they play it calm, they trade for their own tower, and, you know, they probably got about the same amount of gold off that, honestly, even after the kill. So, it's the experience that comes in, right? Sometimes you see teams react improperly to these situations. They think, oh, we have Global, oh, we have Blink Brewmaster, let's go fight them. But it's just got to be done the right way.
Yeah, especially when you don't... Like, they didn't have any wards in the area, right? And it was a smoke from Clutch.
Yep.
If you're TPing 1 by 1 into a 5v1, things can get messy very quickly. Slark, oh, just about gets his ulti off before the global, it looks like there, as Mel survives, boombacks, channels Epi into Blink, gets the stun in onto Tusk, jabs. Not gonna fall from this as Ice micros those familiars to stun the Sand King, and this Tombstone on the high ground looks like it'll fall, even with the Soul Rip keeping it alive a couple of hits longer. It's gonna be gold going the way of Ninja Boogie on that silencer.
Alright, so Epicenter used, Global Silence used, we still have Split available, but, you know, it feels like Clutch really want to make this a bloody, chaotic game, right? And Mineski have that fortitude they need not to fall into that trap, even though they have the tools to deal with it. They're playing the game slow, they're playing smart, and they're not rushing anything. Ice is still just doing his thing on the silence here, Hand of Might is picked up. He's just playing his game.
Well, he's playing his game into the hands of Clutch, potentially. Caught top lane with a number of stuns. Yules is there from Jo, gets rid of the Grave Chill. The damage should be enough from this Pulse Nova, and yep, they clear up Ice relatively easily. Sand King being a thorn in the side of Mineski the past couple of minutes with these Blink initiations. Mushi faces off against Armel. PA against Slark, and these hits and crits from the Mask of Madness seem a little bit too much for the Slark to deal with, just hiding away. Shadowblade back in the stash though, so Silver Edge shouldn't be too distant for the Slark in this game. Mineski, you know, just seem happy to trade map space here.
Yep, they're confident once they hit their timings, everything is going to be a-okay. Mushi almost has his Desolator, then he can start probably 2 or 3 shotting some of these heroes in the back line. I guess it's really only the Undying and the Sand King that are pretty squishy against that, but still, they're scaling nicely into the game, even though Clutch do have a gold lead. It feels like they have a gold lead, but they don't have map control, right? It's still Mineski that are playing the map better, they're getting more out of it, they're farming everything.
And they're the ones that hold these big ultis, right? Even when you're trying to set up for a tier 2 or a Roshan or anything, Clutch have to be so very, very careful of where they're standing, who they're initiating into. Ice does scout the 3 heroes moving forward, and with a couple of good 2-3-man stuns from the familiars, he'll cancel any kind of initiation. As Fly Solo, we do catch him mid, dying to the initiation of Mineski there with the Ice Shards. They bring down the Tombstone very, very swiftly, but they know the Sand King's coming in from the north. Trying to pop his smoke. Ice Shards are there to try and get a catch a glimpse of that Sand King. But Boombax wisely backs away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A tithe to the impurities.
And now Mineski, they're the ones setting up camp around the tier 1 mid, down to what, 530 HP? Familiars can come in and chip away at this with the next creep wave, but Bok, yeah, he's ready with Boombax, both really waiting for that moment where the Familiars just overstep a little bit, try and finish them off, but Snowball, very, very fast Snowball with a Brew Panda ulti comes in onto Viper. They've got the control and they've got the damage. Mineski swipe through Bok as Ice. Was thinking about a go there onto Boombax, but with his Familiars already committed for the tier 1, wasn't really able to do too much.
Yep, and Mushi gets his own kill down in the bottom lane. Yep, where did he go? He is gone.
All of a sudden, Undying's dead.
How's that possible?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, it's the slow, composed game from Mineski. They're not grouping up at all. Phantom Assassin has been on one side, split pushing, just waiting for anybody to come out. Same thing with Ice on his Visage, just split pushing. And then the rest of them have been playing as 3, together with the Brewmaster, trying to make plays on the sides of the map, but they're never really forcing anything, right? It's just these small engagements. They don't want to take any of these big engagements right now. They just want to keep their farming.
What this global does for them. Saves the PA. Armel can't really stick it to the Mushi Phantom Assassin just then, losing a little bit of damage on that tier 2, but they do force Mineski to global and force them away. I'm not sure what's causing the FPS drops. It's not Twitch, it's not OBS, it's just my Dota is like, you don't need frames apparently.
There's just so many beautiful particles in Dota now.
It was running at like 140 FPS for game 1. And now it's just like, nah, dude, you need to lose 100 of those frames. I don't know where they've all gone. I'll restart the game after this match and see what's up. But unfortunately, nothing I can do at this moment. Just fingers crossed that it fixes itself or something. Clutch, get ready for this tier 2 pressure. And Mineski again trying to get an objective of their own. Roshan is going to be that objective as they very, very quickly, with its Desolator Mask of Madness, get Aegis for Mushi, and the tier 2 bottom glyphed and potentially defendable.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, nice read from Mineski, taking Roshan, deciding to give that away for free. Or, sorry, not give that away for free. They're making a play of their own. And now it's like, when you have these scrappy lineups, right? And then all of a sudden you have to deal with this Aegis PA in your face all the time, who is a huge damage threat, right? It's just like another one of these heroes you can't ignore, but if you use so many abilities, there's always the chance that Global Silence comes out, you can't finish this target, or, you know, you just use too much on a target that wasn't worth it. Just a way you can't fight.
Ice is such a nuisance.
Yeah, if they're making all these cheeky plays with the Familiars trying to set up these ganks, huh?
He's forced a tombstone. He's forced a tombstone and a burrow strike. Can they kill this one Familiar? I don't know about this. Blink burrow strike ready again. Oh, he's hitting them up on top of the treetops. Now, finally, one more hit on the second one. They won't get it. They'll get one. That's good enough for them. Viper still bottom lane. Throws another toxin into the wave. What's he doing?
He's just farming, man.
8% spell lifesteal. Sick. He's just lifestealing off his nether toxin.
That's so weird, isn't it? It just looks so strange.
Oh man. What does PA have? 15 damage, cool. -4 armor corruption. Is that on any hits and her daggers as well? I'm gonna go ahead and assume yes.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The PA's level 15 talent, -4 armor corruption. I'm guessing that's just like you give -4 armor per hit, like a mini deso.
I guess so, like a pretty much exactly like a deso. So it's minus what is it? No, 10 armor reduction.
Yeah.
which is going to be super good for blowing these heroes up even faster. It's interesting, right? You can go for that single target damage builder. You can go into the cleave to farm it up even faster. You're just getting options now, different ways to play the hero.
Dire's middle tower is under
Hang on, let's see if this fixes the FPS. What if I quickly change from full screen to borderless window and maybe back again? Is this any better?
How are those frames looking?
I don't know, it's hard to tell. I'm just gonna baby rage here for the rest of the morning.
Time to upgrade the old computer.
Come on, baby. Dude, no. No. I spent a lot of money on this PC. like my last year's bonus went into this.
is under attack.
It's like i7, GTX 1080, like, I should be having no problems doing what I'm doing. It is just Dota 2 that is saying, nah, buddy,
Dire's middle
new patch means new FPS. Alright, Clutch, what are you up to? Hunting birds again? Yeah, why not? Just hunt the birds across the map. Ice, ice, ice. Happy with that. They get tier 2 bottom lane thanks to Mushi. And Clutch, they've managed to carve a nice area here they can control in this dire jungle, but they've not been warding. Clutch have one observer ward. Ah, there we go. They've just placed one. There we go. That's what I was looking for. They've got one mid lane watching for any kind of, you know, deep smokes or anything coming out. Mineski gonna dodge the ward. They smoke just to the right and just south of it. So Clutch won't know this is coming until this scan turns red. That's a dire scan. Never mind. They're scanning high ground. They want to find someone. I will not find anyone.
Wait. What is this?
What have you found? What did you find?
I've been told to call the new urn the turbo urn. What does it do? Does it heal faster?
The turbo, it's the Vessel of Shadows or some shit, right?
Spirit vessel, right?
Spirit Vessel, that's the one. So when you cast it on an enemy, it reduces their healing. And when you cast it on an ally, it increases their healing and also gives you like a percentage heal of their base HP. Something... Let's read it. Spirit Vessel. When used against enemies, it reduces health by 3% of current health per second. So percentage-based damage.
Radiant's middle tower
And reduces
is under
HP regeneration and healing by 70%.
Oh, that's
so
pretty cool.
So it basically mutes healing. And then it does like the reverse to allies. So your tanky heroes become hugely tankier. And their strength heroes just get destroyed, I guess.
Wow. Sounds awesome.
Feels like a... But that... I don't know. It feels like a good way to buff up some tanky guy that walks high ground and hits towers, but I guess the enemy team's going to have one as well, so...
That's right, it's balanced because everyone can buy it, Gareth.
Exactly right. That's how we look at things.
Alright, so, you know, this game has felt really slow compared to what I expected. Especially in reference to last game, right? But as I said, there's a smoke up from Clutch Gamers. They might walk into Mineski here, but if they go on Visage, this guy's tanky. He's got a pipe. Well, they might see Mushi here if they can get him before the BKB. That would be huge. Nope, not gonna happen.
Who do they catch instead? Silencer's there. Ice is ready. Nice glimmer. Ninja Boogie just about gets it off before the stuns land. And in comes a PA. One hit crit. Let's rank down to half HP. The global is there. The tombstone needs to be focused. The BKB from Mushi. And now Moon jumps in. Promise split available. But Mushi already dead. The Slark has pounced into the back onto Ice. But these split Brewlings are doing a lot of work here, trying to finish off the Tombstone and the Viper. Sand King now gets the burst strike forward, the zombies are stacking, and the Slark is pounding through Mineski. They've killed off 4, and it looks like they'll be able to bring them all down here. The Viper does finally die, but Moon blinks away. Armel trying to catch in with a burst strike in to hit and pounce. They've got the Silver Edge there for the nice little break effect. Armel turned around on though. Moon gets the kill with the help of the tower. He's going to get another one of the familiar stuns. Oh my god. A team fight that Mineski should have by all means completely lost. They somehow break even.
They just got totally smashed in that fight until Moon brought up the old 1v3 beatdown. Alright, I guess that's one way to build the Brewmaster, right? The Radiance, since the Earth Panda carries auras, Radiance is an aura, will be nice and tanky, and he can just sit in there and that. I was expecting kind of like the old school, where he'd go like the Midas Vlads into AC Shiva's kind of a build, where he just tanks up, but this looks even better. Radiance, very strong. I was also gonna say, before they were smoking up, that Slark has been quiet this entire game. We haven't really seen a whole lot out of him, he's just been farming, but, you know, he is at the top of the net worth charts. Perhaps we can feel his impact in these fights soon, maybe after another item. It just feels like he doesn't do enough damage yet.
Yeah, not enough damage, and feels still relatively squishy if he's caught by, you know, one stray stun, you know, a bit of a snowball, a bit of a familiar stun landing. He can get globaled and he can die very, very quickly to this Mushi PA, who has a bottled DD rune at this current moment in time. And Brewmaster nearly has ulti up again, ready, sitting behind the Phantom Assassin for any kind of counter initiation. Ice is just continually shoving out these lanes with Pipe, Mech, and 1,000 gold until Greaves. Ice is close to unkillable and offers you a lot of utility on his team, while Tusk, Spirit Vessel is ready. Let's see what this can do. Who's he gonna put it on? I guess if you put it on the Slark, you're reducing his healing during Shadow Dance, right? Global to save Moon. He's got his ulti and he's going to have to pop it here. Mushi trying to arrive, turns it back with the Charlatan to fly solo. They'll snowball into him, take him out of the fight immediately. Good split Earth though comes in from Clutch as Jo yules up into the PA now. In comes the Epicenter. Blink, burrow onto PA. BKB comes out a little bit late from Mushi, but he's still surviving through all the magic damage. Crits through onto Leshrac and looks for more. Boombac's one hit away from death. He'll lose his life. And Mineski, they've gone from being losers at top lane to being absolute victors in this bottom lane fight as Moon with the Radiance, helped by the Global, sets up for an amazing team fight win for Mineski.
Yeah, good luck being able to burst this Brewmaster before the Global Silence comes out to save him to stop any chain stun. It's just one of those things where you feel like you need to gank this dude, but if you do, it's, I don't know, it's just a tough situation, right?
Yeah, it sure is. And Armel, what's he done here? He's switched away from Diffusal Blades, which was in his quick buy. He now has Hyperstone, and he wants an MKB.
Invisibility.
Okay, MKB. Very nice for the Phantom Assassin and Brewmaster combo, obviously. I don't know, does this, so does this Spirit Vessels have a different animation, or is it like a normal urn? I haven't really noticed it. Maybe it's not that cool, but it just sounds cool. I don't really know.
It's all new. It's all new and shiny. I have no idea what anything does.
Well, only thing I do know is it's killing your frames. Probably kills everyone's frames.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna blame the new item. I'm gonna blame this the Spirit Vessel. Removes 100 FPS from everyone's game as soon as it's purchased. Sick item.
It's the old Monkey King feature.
Oh man. I was so happy when they like fixed Monkey King ulti, and then it came back for a while, and then they fixed it again.
Yeah, now it was fixed and then it came back. That was super weird.
But we had a game during Hamburg where there was like a monkey and an undying, and there was like a Nature's Prophet as well, right? So the Monkey King would pop ulti, and the undying would throw a tombstone, and Nature's Prophet treants would just like charge in, and you would have a huge lag spike. Like you would just like lose all your frames for a good second and a half. It was the most obnoxious thing ever. But we'll get quality of life improvements, I'm sure, as Ice Frog patches up all the devs, fix all the little glitches and stuff. Roshan down to half HP as Mineski did start the move in, but here's the initiation. Armel blown up. He's just removed from the game. Doesn't have buyback. Clutch feels like they still have to contest this. Nether Toxin's thrown in by Bok. But walking into this pit now is so damn difficult. Jo wants to go in anyway. Boombac's Epicenter in onto Mushi's PA. BKB at the ready, but he's got the Aegis also. Waits for his first life to go. No, he doesn't. He BKBs now. Gets the kill onto Jo after the Yules is done. Where is it? Blink. Dagger? Oh, he's silenced. The Mask of Manus is there. Bok instead is going to walk into the pit. Now the Phantom Strike forward. Jumping onto Bok. The Viper dropping low. Nether Toxin's there. Disabling passives, but PA jumps in anyway. A double kill for Mushi as they chase forward onto Sand King. A bit of damage there from Moon. Radiance and Clap kill off this Sand King, and Mineski yet again win a huge team fight. But dude, they hold on to the Aegis this time. How huge is this for Mineski?
They got everything they need to close out this game. PA is super farmed, Aegis and Cheese picked up on Phantom Assassin. They can't even take this guy down once, especially when Global's up. And that was some quick reactions from Ice to drop the familiar on the Slark and pop the goal, and they just chain stun him before he did anything. It's like one of those weird things, right, where you don't think you're seen, and then all of a sudden you turn a corner into a sentry ward, and it's just bad news.
Did you see the Did you see the brew with the spirit vessel on him just then?
Oh yeah, I saw him there.
85
cool.
85 HP regen a second. So what's that, like 73 from the actual soul release? Is it still called soul release if it's from this? Yeah, it's still called... Yes, that's good. I like the consistency. Bok. Oh dear. That is not good. Viper dead for about a minute with no buyback. Moon still struck by the Sand King with a burrow there. Mushi BKB's Jo. Yules is gone and BKB's about to wear off. 1200 crit from Mushi clears up 1 and 2 and look for the third. Jo about to die here as the PA with the illusions running forward. Silencer, well, the deny right in front of him as the Radiance burn from Moon onto Armel. This Slark is in some serious trouble but manages to juke away with a Shadow Blade. The trouble is he is the only one left alive. Mineski have 5 alive and the tier 3 is likely to fall here with Mineski looking to close this series out 2-0.
Yep, no buybacks, nothing. I mean, I don't know what they can do. Like, Slark has MKB, but he still can't man-fight any of these heroes. No BKB picked up, and even if he did, it's like these heroes they're evasive. Brewmaster pops the split. He's pretty difficult to take down at that point. Mushi has Aegis, and he used the cheese in the last fight. Or did he give to someone? Either way, it's not there, but I don't know. I think they've hit their massive power spikes on all these heroes now.
Armel so desperately wants to try and find someone straggling, but Ninja Boogie rejoins the rest of his team. CG, they do have their full squad up and running now, but Moon jumps in with the clap into split. They've got the BKB on Jo ready to go, but Boomback's forced to Burrow Strike all the way back into Fountain. Only one Bruling remains. The Earth Panda throws one final stun out as they run forward with the Global Silence. The familiar 3-man stun. ISSI sets it all up for Mushi to crit through and take down Bok with Armel. Jo will follow immediately after. The epicenter is fancy. It makes me lose even more FPS, but in the end, Clutch have tapped out. GG is called, and Mineski win this best of 3, 2-0.
Well, nicely done, Mineski. In my opinion, Mineski looked like the better team in all aspects. Their early game was better. They're very, very patient. They didn't take unnecessary fights, and their objective control was really good. You know, they were trading tier 2 towers for Roshan. They knew that, hey, these towers don't really matter. We can hold on to them for quite some time, but when it gets to that stage of the game where Roshan is on the table, we have Desolator up, it's a very good trade for them. It's just like, they played good, clean Dota, and it was chaotic, and, you know, the game is crazy right now, nobody really knows what's going on, but they looked very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Slark, right? You mentioned when he had his Silver Edge, Echo Saber, he was top of the net worth, 16k net worth, looks pretty good. But 2, 4, and 6 involved in, you know, very few of the actual team fights and kills. He got to a point where he was strong, but Mineski were just way stronger and could never really slide into these team fights as he would have wanted. But swift, smooth execution there. Clutch Gamers knocked down